What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Aftersound here, bringing you Splinterlands content every single day. We also stream right here on this channel every Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday morning, so come by and say hello. All right, guys, I wanted to go over the Splinterlands terms and conditions because when I did my first read through, and this was during yesterday's live stream, I kind of missed where this was addressing the whole battle helper issue. Now, battle helpers are not named in the sense of like the term battle helper, nor are there any specific battle helpers that we are aware of, public or private, that were specifically named. But I wanted to point out to you exactly where in the terms and conditions you can find this information. And then, like I said, I interpret it to be, or I interpret it to mean that battle helpers are no longer allowed, but I guess it could be open for interpretation to other people. That being said, it does sound like XBot, Bubkey's bot, and several of the others have decided to play ball, which is good, but we'll see how this evolves over time. So the relevant area is in section 5.3. So here's 5 ownership restrictions. Then we go down to 3, and then there's a ton of stuff in here. So let me try and zoom in a little bit here for you guys. There we go. That might be the best. So 5.3, and then it's actually 13, right? So XIII right here. So it prohibits the use of any automated, let me just highlight the whole thing. All right. So the use of any automated player, spider, algorithmic card selection / suggestion services, site search, retrieval, application, or other device to retrieve or index any portion of the app. So basically, it's this first part here, right? Using any kind of algorithmic card search or suggestion services. Now, that's a fancy way to say what a battle helper is without saying battle helper directly or specifically calling out one that is, I guess like software based versus somebody who has a notebook, somebody who has their own spreadsheets. Again, this is a very murky area, and I respect the fact that it is a very murky area, so it's something that needs to be treaded on very lightly, but I am happy with the way that the team went about wording it and put it into the terms of service. Now, you can see here, if we go down to the bottom, violation of any of these anti-automated player provisions may result in consequences determined by the app's administrators, including but not limited to temporary or permanent suspension of user accounts, removal of game progress, or other appropriate measures. So this is an area which I know probably rubs some people the wrong way, mainly because there's no specific or standard type of action being taken. And if it's being put up to the administrators, right, or the team essentially, the issue that I think I'm personally not worried about this too much, but I in some of the conversations that I've had, a lot of people are worried about things like favoritism or looking the other way, or people who've been around the game for a while, or things like that, right? Just because there's no standard way to do it. Now, I understand that concern, and I totally get it. At the same time, what you don't want to have is something so rigid that if something is just barely on the cusp and it's like technically allowed or something like that, you don't want to put an innocent man in prison, right? It's worse to put an innocent man in prison than it is to let a guilty man go free. Now, granted, in the grand scheme of things here and what we're talking about, this is not prison, and this is not, people's lives. Maybe some people's livelihoods, but at the end of the day, the actions being taken would not remove all of your access to the game. Or sorry, I should say would not remove all of your access to your assets, right? You could technically just create a brand new account if the one you're using gets banned and then start over. Although, I think it'd be very easy to track on the blockchain if you kept on doing that and then sending your assets from one account to the other. So just something to think about. But overall, I am very happy with how this came out, and I'm curious to see how the experience in modern format, in tournaments, and in brawls improves over time. So let me know your thoughts in the comments below, but I thought I would just highlight it here. The team had their legal department go through and try to figure this out in a very thoughtful way. So again, it may not be exactly what you're looking for, but in my opinion, it does tackle what we were trying to accomplish with voting in that proposal several months ago. But that's all I have for you guys in this video. I'll catch you all in the next one and see you around the game. Take care.